Hey guys, it's Lauren. If you need help with any writing tips or you're feeling your creative well, you come to the right place as I'm a blind author. And today, I'm going to be doing the Disney writing tag that I saw on Kate Kavanaugh's channel.
First question is Aladdin. Poof! The genie appears and grants you one wish to fit your WIP. What do you wish for?
I only get one wish.
No, it's either 3 or more.
Yeah, a genie's supposed to grant you 3 wishes.
I mean, in Arabian Nights, it was as many wishes as you wanted.
Well, then I would just end up cranking out novels. But I will answer the question how it's written, and I think the one wish that comes to mind is the thing that is taking a lot of time right now in the editing process is trying to catch all of the typos and grammatical errors not made by not understanding grammar and sentence structure, but those edits and errors made because I'm visually impaired and sometimes I can't see that I typed an extra letter, an extra space, even after rereading the same chapter, the same book 100 times. The next question is Pocahontas. Have you ever pulled inspiration for a story from history? What was it and why? So, I haven't done this for any current work in progress stories, but I do like the idea of using inspiration from Arthurian lore and the Knights of the Round Table. But I feel like unless I take something that's historian and make it modern day, I would have a hard time writing historical fantasy because a lot of times people won't make it modern day. They'll pull from the time period that they're getting the idea from.
Well, I mean, technically, there's a reference in Hunted. When we show Shine being turned, it's during the London fires. And that's historic.
And that was all you. So the next question is Snow White, and it says, what was the first story you've ever written? There, I've read the question with a straight face. The first story that I can remember writing was inspired by the story of Cujo by Stephen King. I was trying to combine elements from that story with trying to write a ghost story. And also adding illustrations that I had drawn to make it a picture book.
I'm sorry, so all the pictures are gone. You tried doing.
But that's what it was in the story.
I know. It looked like a brown cloud.
With legs. Legs and a head. So the next question is Mulan, and who is the strongest character you've ever written and what made them strong? Except for the character I've written for Hunted, the character seemed to be the comedic sidekick, or even in the case of the main character, they have a hard time being serious.
Right, that's why I said Bubbles.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Her personality.
Definitely. And Nicole made me think of the series I'm helping her write is Demonic Angel. And for the character of Alexandria, she comes from a lot of trauma, from coming from an abusive family and then being thrown into a new environment. And I think somehow she finds strength in herself and is able to channel that internally. The next question is Star Wars.
Boo!
And if you could live in one of the worlds you have created or one of the settings, which one would it be and why? And again, I had to think on this one because since I stated I do not like to do research or prefer to do research, that's Nicole's job. A lot of mine are set in the real world, but for my story, temporarily titled The Masquerade, because it's going to have a new title hard to come up with though, I kind of made up a port city that's by the water, and it's inspired by Portland, but it has its own name and its own personality. So the next question is anthems. which Disney song would be on your writing playlist? And my first instinctive answer is to say all of them, because all the Disney songs on my phone are songs from movies that we like. But a lot of times they are more of the upbeat, fast-paced songs. And I would say, except for Frozen, Moana, Tangled, and Coco, and Encanto, a lot of the soundtracks are from a lot of the films during the Renaissance period. So the next one is retellings, and the question is, what Disney film or fairy tale would you retell?
I know the answer.
And it would have to be The Little Mermaid from Ursula's point of view, because there are some retelling of The Little Mermaid where they try to do Ursula's character differently. And there actually is one book, I can't remember the name of the author, sorry, I'll have to find it and link it in the description below, because The Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie, where they say her name is Vanessa, they don't say Ursula, they say her human name, and she basically becomes the queen of the city Eric is from. And like throughout the whole book almost, like everybody believes she is the princess that rescued him from sea wreck, and that they all bow down to her power because she's intimidating. And apparently in the book, Ariel was exiled back to sea, and everybody either doesn't remember her from when she visited Eric, or that she is dead. And I was like, cool, it's darker, and I like the retelling. And then the last 5 chapters of the book, they have Ariel come back, and like it's the same ending as the movie.
Bro.
Yeah, I was distraught. I'm like, this is not a retelling. It's like part retelling and part, we're gonna give you the ending that you expect to make you happy. Because I root for the villain in that movie, because I think what happened to Ursula is not fair. So the next question is Frozen. Which character have you written was misled or misidentified as being the villain? Nick's snickering because she doesn't think I can write a villain.
Except for villains that I created, you wrote for on your own. I don't think you can write villain.
Like, I can't write a villain because either I'm going to add something that makes you root for them anyway, or make you sympathetic for it. So I was trying to think of how to answer the question and how to say the question from Frozen. I think the answer they're going for with how Hans is misunderstood, that
You done.
that you think he's the bad guy, but the whole time he's pretending to be a good guy, and then at the very end he plays his hand.
To be fair, you want to ask the villain from the film, I say to do it with more of the villain.
So the next question is Moana, and if you were chosen to go on an epic quest or journey with one of your characters from your story, and the two of you were tasked with
Saving the world.
what character would you choose and why? Because like on the one hand, if we put this out into the real world, I would be the comedic sidekick and encourage them to do most of the heavy lifting, because I'm a people person. So I can't think of any like survival skills that I would be good at doing. Because I feel like a lot of times I'm good at highlighting skills that other people have they don't realize they have.
You know what just popped in my head?
What?
I feel like you would be like Nick Wolf was in Zootopia. That's another character that's like a people person. And then he has a side character, Judy, that covers everything else he doesn't have.
So the next question is Pinocchio. What's one common lie that you told people about your stories or your writing? And a really good answer is sometimes to persuade people to read my book, even if I don't think it's for them. I'll tell them what they want to hear, so they'll read it, and then be like, surprise! Because Nick reminded me that And you know, I could say that I didn't understand how like books were marketed between like YA, young adult, new adult, those type of things, and misidentified hunted. But now I'm thinking like, I do that with other books too. No, there's no section in this book. It's just hinted at it, and there's probably like definitely like one in there, or like it's violent, but it's not gory, and it's like stabbing and blood everywhere. So next question is sidekicks. What's one minor character that you would like to give their own full story to? And we kind of did this without realizing it, but for Hunted, me and Nicole wrote for two of the minor characters, Ari and Jet. And we were trying to write book 3 of Hunted to wrap up the series. It went in that direction of giving them their own story and not tying up the loose end for the other characters. And then we tried to do that on top of that other story. It was like too much.
Not only did it not have any ends, but it went to a different genre and everything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that then the plot became very convoluted.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You know if I hadn't heard Sidekicks?
What?
Bean and Bennett reporting for duty. I feel like you're my favorite sidekicks for Disney.
Well, Uncle Fu just makes me think of me. Wanting to appease the person you love.
Aww.
So, if you guys enjoyed the tag, as you guys know, I love Disney. If you guys saw in my video going over the tattoos I have one of Flint from Pocahontas. And this is really a cool tag to find when I was looking for writing tags to do. Ironically enough, I have a whole nother playlist of tags I still have to do, but again, this one caught my eye because it's all about Disney.
Woo!
So, in any other tag video, it's like, who do you tag? And, I mean, I would tag anybody that loves Disney and is a writer and would like to do this tag, but I'm thinking specifically of writer Sam Wicker, because I know she has a bunch of stories she's working on all at one time. And
I'll do it.
Okay, Nicole nominated herself a tribute. Good job. And Natalie Locke, because she is a rock star. She recently helped me submit a bunch of poems to a publishing house, and I cannot say it enough how much I appreciated her taking time out of her busy day to help me. The dream is to go to Disneyland or Disney World one day.
We're doing Pokemon.
Oh, then, woohoo! I'm gonna be a kid in a toy store. So, don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys would like more content like this. And as always, try to find a way to be creative today. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!